guys and girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. Thank you for tuning back in. This is yet another video of a watch that I featured on my AliExpress sale video. This one was really one I was excited about. I'm really pleased during the sale they restocked colours, because at the time I recorded my sale video I was disappointed because the yellow and the orange were not in stock. They returned back into stock and I purchased the orange one because that's the one that I really like the look of. Now with Steeldive, you've been getting a lot for a long time, but I'm really pleased they upgraded their clasp. I really want to take a look at this clasp. The mill clasp looks decent, to be honest, from the pictures. Is it as good in person? Is the watch as good in person? Is the loom still as good as it used to be? All these things were sort of going around in my mind, because I felt like if they added the clasp and little improvements to what they've done in the past, this for the price could well be one of the best dive watches available on AliExpress. And I don't say that too easily. I think it really could be. But is it? Is it though? I guess there's no time like the present to find out. So thank you for tuning back in. I'll stop going on. And it's that time, isn't it? So let's get the camera turned around and get on with it. Hi guys, so this is the watch. One I've been really looking forward to getting my hands on. I bought this during the sale, as I advised everyone else to do. It was on my list. And which colour did I go for? Of course, I went for the orange one. You know me, I do like an orange watch for some reason. I don't know why. Orange and green tend to be the colours that I tend to like. This is what it came on to keep it safe in transit. Inside you've got the hang tag, which obviously I've taken off to wear it for a little while. Warranty card, unsigned, disappointing. I want to start seeing that being signed, please. An instruction manual, not opened, as you would see. Very seldom would I feel the need to look at the instruction manual. But yeah, inner foam, and this is like briefcase style watch box to keep it safe in transit. And this is the watch, guys. One I was very excited to get in. Yeah, sorry about that. It's got bits and pieces on there from the watch box. But yeah, one I was definitely excited to get in, given the different colour variations. I'll bring those colour variations up now. You'd have seen it in my sale video. But yeah, nice to see a bit of colour, as well as some other bits that they've sort of incorporated into this watch. See the SD1974. Inside it's running a Seiko NH35 movement. I'll bring some information up about that movement now. I know rugged, reliable is what I always say, and it's for good reason. This is a proper workhorse movement, affordable, one that will last for a good 10 years or so. Rather than get a service, because it's affordable, change out the movement, go start a new one, boom, there you go. 24 joules, 21,600 beats per hour, 41 hour power reserve. And this one is running 2 seconds fast a day. 2 seconds fast a day, please. I know some people will still be like, you got to know 2 seconds fast a day. For me, that's unbelievable, especially on an affordable automatic watch. So yeah, as I've said before, there's a very good reason that these sort of movements are being used. Just because of the sort of reliability and stuff. So yeah, an NH35 movement, also known as a 4R35 one in a Seiko watch. The construction of this watch, aside from the crystal and the bezel, is all 316L stainless steel. So that's the case, which has got brushing at the top, polished at the sides, brushed at the back. You've got the crown situated at the 4 o'clock position. You've got the bracelet, which is brushed at the top, polished at the sides. And that's the same as the clasp, which you'll see in a moment. What a nice addition to Steeldive watches now is the upgraded clasp. But yeah, all 316L stainless steel, and as I said, a mixture of brushing and polishing throughout. The case thickness of this watch is 13.6 millimeters. The case diameter, you measure from the 9 to the 3, given the shape of the case and where the crown isn't, is 43.6 millimeters. And when you sort of go from that direction, including the crown, it does become 48.5 millimeters. So let's bear that in mind. The lug width on this is 20. That does taper down to 18, back up to 20 mil at that clasp. And the lug to lug, you can see it's got male end links to the center link, but the case is measured at 48.1. But when you include those male end links, it is quite a bit longer. It's 55.1 millimeters. A little bit of downturn, but I would have liked to have seen maybe something else on there. But yeah, is what it is. But they're the proportions, guys. That's the specs and dimensions of the watch. So let's bear that in mind. The case back is a screw down case back, and it has got their logo on there, as well as some other little bits of information we're going to run through in just a moment. Screwed down But yeah, nice deep etched case back. The bezel is 120 click unidirectional bezel. Listen to this, guys. Just when you thought Steeldive bezels couldn't get any better, that is one of the best bezels I've felt on an AliExpress watch. Unbelievable. I don't know how they keep producing, but that is rock solid, no bounce, no backplay, and lines up as good as you're going to get. So yeah, ceramic also is the material they're using on top. The crown is situated at the 4 o'clock position, screw down crown, and again, deep signed on there, which is nice to see. The bracelet, as I've already mentioned before, has got tape on it, brushed at the top, polished at the sides, has got push pins, which are very, very easy to use. And now, one of the upgrades they made on their watches is this clasp. I was looking forward to seeing this. You've got a safety catch, double safety pushers. It's signed on there. It's got a couple of little marks because I've been enjoying wearing it. Fully milled, guys. This was all that's been missing from Steeldive watches for a while, and that is a great addition. And I dare say, look at that, 6 levels of micro adjustment, and it just feels very well engineered. So yeah, nice to see that on the clasp. The crystal covering the dial is sapphire crystal, and it does look like it's got a decent amount of AR coating on there as well, given it's not really sort of flashing up the lights and stuff, which is nice to see. The water resistance is cited as being 200 meters, so that would give you 20 atmospheres of water resistance, and the weight will appear in the top right. It's just above 177 grams with those 5 links removed, 5 links out. So yeah, you're looking at a good bit of heft with this watch, and yeah, it doesn't feel light, I must say, but it's not a small watch, so I guess there's the trade-off. But yeah, guys, let's have a look at the dial now, guys, in just a little bit more detail. So you got that nice orange dial, minute track going the outer edge in black. You got applied indices everywhere except for the 3 o'clock position, making way for that date border. High polished indices. The hands are brushed, quite coarse brushing, but I quite like that. And take a look at this loom. Probably won't surprise anyone, because loom and the bezel are things that have become synonymous really with Steeldive watches. But yeah, the loom on this again did not let me down. I was very pleased to see that they haven't cut any corners with their loom. So there you go, Steeldive printed onto the dial. So you got the logo and script writing. Let me just undo the crown. Actually, this isn't my most favoured position to sort of show the dial off, but just give me 1 second. Unscrew the crown, take it all the way out. Let me do it to the 20 past 8 position. You know, that's what I like to do. And then put it back in, it will start back up again. So yeah, Steeldive logo and Steeldive printed onto the dial just below it. Above the indices at the 6, you got automatic water, 200M resist, obviously highlighting the fact they're saying it's 200 meters water resistance. And you've got the hands, which again is pretty synonymous with the hands that is sort of the watch it's homaging. You take the crown out, it will stop. You put it back in, it will start back up. You turn it away from you, it will charge it. You will hear that. Take it out to the first position, you put it towards you, and you can change the date and all that good stuff. And then just screw it back up. I've not had any issues screwing it up, guys, I must say. Sometimes it always waits until I start recording, sod's law and all that. But that's the dial, guys, that's the movement. Nice bit of splash of colour on your wrist. But let me just pop it on the wrist. Speaking about that, give you an idea of what it looks like on my wrist. I've said before, my wrist is just above a 7-inch wrist for your reference. So yeah, not a small watch, and you can definitely feel it on the wrist. But that's not a bad thing. Sometimes it makes you feel like you're wearing something. So there you go. And I do like that orange. I do like a bit of colour on my wrist. So there we go. But anyway, let me just take it off the wrist quickly, and then we can crack on with the things that I think are pants and Pukka about the watch. If you've ever watched before, you know I always start with pants. I like to go on a high with Pukka. So what I do think is pants about this watch, not a lot, but a few things to mention. I must say, the rehaut, if you could see that, the rehaut is very, very long. Well, there's obviously nothing there, but I don't know why it needed to. It feels like it's so far away from the case. I don't know if that's something to look at, but it's something that I've been very much aware of when wearing it. Something that, yeah, the rehaut's, yeah, a little bit too thick, if you ask me. The lug fit. So yeah, look at this, guys. This was something that I was not expecting. And something that I noticed, see it more on this side, something that I noticed when I got it out of the packaging, a little bit disappointed with that, I'm not going to lie. And male end links, just making it protrude, making the watch feel so much longer. It's not a small watch anyway, but 55mm with those male end links is surely too long, isn't it? So yeah, they're the three things that I would mention. So just to surmise the three things is the rehaut, the lug fit, and male end links. What I think is Pukka, the dial, it's nice to see a bit of colour, and like I said, there's a few other colours to choose from. The bezel, fantastic bezel. You could pick this watch up for less than in and around $100, let's say, and that bezel is unbelievable for the price. The loom, yeah, the loom on this is good, no two ways about it. The clasp is a very welcome upgrade and actually feels very well engineered, to be honest. Nicely finished as well, all signed on there. The signed elements generally, I like the fact that they've put their logo in every place, and it's nice to see they've been consistent with their branding as well. And the price, like I said, I picked this up I think around £80 in the sale, because it took money off, but then we paid tax in the UK. But I think for £80 this is a whole lot of watch, I think you'll agree. So just to surmise what I think is Pukka, as I go with the dial, bezel, loom, clasp, signed elements, and price. And guys and girls, that'll lead me on to, would I recommend this watch? I still would. I still think it's a really, really good offering from Steeldive. A couple of things to look at, but for the price, given what you'd pay for, I don't know, Seaston watches perhaps, or San Martin, this is coming in sort of like quite a bit cheaper. So yeah, it's to be applauded, isn't it? It's from Steeldive, so I would recommend this watch. But guys and girls, please let me know what you think about this watch, maybe any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as always say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and always watch the time. Take care guys, all the very best.